The other major area of production, the potential that's out there, would be to go offshore. It's kind of interesting. One of the things in this amendment is to allow the states to determine what they want to happen on offshore. It's interesting. Some of the states, like Virginia, just to the south of where we're standing right now, they very much want to. I've talked to Senator Warner, and they're talking about allowing production offshore. Several other states have wanted to do that. It's a wake-up call that we have right now that we're going to have to do some of these things. It's interesting that Canada allows offshore drilling in the Pacific, in the Atlantic, in the Great Lakes. And additionally, Cuba is also looking to expand drilling, which could occur 45 miles off of parts of Florida. Now, if this happened, then this would be they would be doing it with technology that's much less environmentally friendly than we have right now. So here we have the possibility that the Cubans are going to be doing something without any emission controls, without any environmental precautions, and we would be allowing them to do that. Another part of this amendment is to repeal Section 526. This is something that should not have been in before. This was actually put in, I believe, in the energy bill that was passed in December of 2007. Section 526 prohibits federal agencies from contracting to produce non-conventional or alternative fuels that emit higher levels of greenhouse gas emissions than conventional petroleum sources. The scope of the fuels that could be prohibited is left wide open to interpretation, including fuels such as Canadian oil sands, the E85 ethanol, the coal and natural gas to liquid fuels. Right now, and this is an experiment I had something to do with, and so did the occupier of the chair this morning, the Senate Armed Services Committee. We now have a B-52H bomber that is actually running on gas to liquid fuel. So we know this is something that works. We know this is something that can help our situation. Now, what I don't have time to get into, because I only had 5 minutes this morning, I wanted to visit about, but I'm going to do it a little later on, and that is the ethanol mandate that came with the December of 2007 bill. Right now, we know that ethanol, and quite a few of the far left environmental extremists were behind this thing to start with. In fact, former Senator Al Gore, Vice President Al Gore, has stated that he cast the deciding vote to allow ethanol in the first place. Well, now we find out ethanol is not environmentally sound, it's expensive, it's not good on our engines, and it's competing. In my state of Oklahoma, our livestock people say that we can't continue to have the biomass fuels that competing with our feedstocks. And almost everything you see that's high priced now in the grocery stores, you can trace back to the ethanol mandates. So one of the things we'll be wanting to do, and we'll elaborate on it later, and that is to exercise part of that bill that was in there that gives the EPA the opportunity to be involved in a waiver to waive the ethanol mandates. With that, Mr. President, I yield the floor.